Alrighty, what's going on here? Let's see. What can I accomplish now? Alright. Okay. So current problem is that I'm trying to do this to a client. I've got most everything I think fixed. But there is a small problem of I need to get the props for rec. So I don't use that pages folder like these things do. But okay. So I do have a layout.js. Now, page.js, file your app folder. Inside your app folder, navigate the directory that corresponds to your home page, likely app page.js. It's not app page.js, but it's home page.js. Same thing. Now, what is my question I asked for? Let's fix the problem as I asked for. Check if user is logged in when they arrive at my home page. Okay, that uses bearer token received. Okay, so middleware for authentication optional page.js. Okay, inside your app folder, navigate to the directory that corresponds to your home page. Okay. And then we're going to say constant token equals get auth token from cookies. And I'm going to create this function. Works. Sure. So this is built in here, right? So page.js, I think I'm going to do it on the layout.js because that's where I care. Yeah, that's where I care. Okay, so we're going to do it here. Dashboard layout. We're going to go constant. Token equals get auth token from cookie. Right, sure, why not? I don't have to get from cookies. And then we're going to say, yeah. Ideally, in fact, I don't even really feel like I need to do it here. I think the whole point is that I'm doing it from within the page that's doing the call. And it's my nav bar that cares. Because it's only my nav bar that's checking. So let's go there and do this. I'm going to go all the way back over to my navbar.jsx, which is already doing something like this. I'm wondering, I feel like I'm wondering if there's something that's I'm doing that's using client. I think it's state. Oh yeah, I'm using state. Okay. Let's see if I can do this here. I'm going to try and do it here. We're going to say exist token here. And then I'm going to go down here Export, redirect, login. And really all I'm doing is this piece. I'm not going to redirect to login, but what I am going to do is just do this piece. I'm not doing the redirect login because I don't want to. Is valid. Validate the token with your authentication API. Don't really need to do any of this here. I do want to do this. This is where I'll do it for other pages. But for now, I just want to check to see if I have the token. So I'm going to go here and create basically this function. Helper function to validate the token. And helper function to get the auth token from the cookies. So we're going to copy that. And then these are outside of my return. I'll just stick them here. Because I really kind of want this value. Yeah, let's go here. You know, I'm actually going to just stick them up here. Why not? Why not up here? So that they can call it. So we got get auth token from cookies and validate token, which I'm not going to do right here either. Don't need it right here. I mean, in theory, I can put these into middleware. So you can also handle this at a higher level by using middleware if you want to protect multiple routes with the same logic. So that's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So we got validate token. It can be done all in there. In the middleware, optionally validate the token here. So you can do, this is the middleware. So I can do this in the middleware, okay. I'm trying to figure out, how is this different? Get auth token requires next header cookies. Next response. Hey, Sumit Karat, how you doing, man? Just trying to figure this whole authentication bit out. I'm just working my way through getting my .NET API that I created a couple weeks ago. I'm doing good. But I created this .NET API a couple weeks ago, and I've been trying to plug it into my two applications, the Blazor app and the React app. Now, I've got it plugged in to the React app, but now I'm trying to do stuff with it. You know, now that I've got it working, I've got it calling, but I'm running into problems. I get the validation in, I get the token back. The token, I'm trying to get it stored into a cookie, which I've done. I've got it stored into a cookie. Now I'm trying to figure out, well, how do I use that cookie to check for pages? So I'm working on that. And ultimately, I'm having a few different issues. Where to put pieces, because I have to figure out, you know, the whole between the server and the client. Some things you can't do on the client, some things you can. For React. But everything in React, strangely enough, I'm comprehending React, strangely enough, better than Blazor, which is strange for me because I actually know C#. I've been doing C# for years. But I've been doing it in .NET Framework because my company was behind the times. So they kept talking about upgrading, but they never moved it to .NET Core. They never moved to Blazor. They never moved to MVC. So I was working on all the stuff that came before all that. So now here I am without a job, trying to get a job, and now I have to build up my skills. Problem is, of course, they're going to want, you know, they all want 3, 5, 7 years of experience in everything. And so even if I get good at this, I'll have to really sell myself if anybody's willing to give me a chance. But I haven't even gotten, you know, I'm not an expert in this stuff yet. I can't even call myself, hey, I've done all this, because I haven't. But hey, gotta learn somewhere, right? So that's what I'm doing. The two apps I have are side-by-side design for React and Blazor. And now my goal is to try to get this plugged in. Right now, I'm just trying to get my cookie out of the, or my authentication token. I'm just checking right now to see that it exists. And I'm trying to see if I can use the middleware. I'd rather use middleware if possible. Require cookies.get, require cookies, next. Let's see, cookies. This is going to be constant token. I don't want to respond. I don't want to redirect to login all the time. That's what I'm trying to avoid. In some pages, I will want to redirect, like if they go to the account page or certain other pages that require login and they can't even go here. But the home page, I just want to see when they navigate to it, are they logged in? If they're logged in, I don't care. I mean, I don't need to validate it or anything. So all I want to do is say, hey, we have a token, and mark down who it is that's logged in. That's all I'm going to do. Change the heading from a login link to a hello link. You can see that I'm doing that right here. And I had that working, kind of, except I was using local storage for the token, and I was having issues with trying to validate said token. Here's the problem I'm having with the whole thing that's tripped me up with the validation of the token is the Auth API that I have, which if you go looking on YouTube, you will see that there are a half dozen, at least a half dozen different people who do a demo for the Auth API, which is what I have here. And they're all the same. They, different name, of course, because I'm using my name. But there is no validate here or verify the token. There's a register the user, log in the user, refresh, confirm the email, resend email. You got some forget password, reset password, and then you got managing the info. I don't even know what these do. Manage TUFA, manage info, manage info. Oh, this is two-factor authentication. But there's no verify or validate. How do I validate or verify a token that I get? I have a token, but it's like I'm going to pull it, check it. Is it good? I don't know. I mean, I could check for it being expired. There is an expiration on said tokens. But is a token automatically good just because it exists? I mean, couldn't somebody just stick a bogus token in the cookie? I mean, if they knew how to lie, system's got to be able to. Somebody goes out and gets a random bearer token from whatever app tool, whatever they want, stick it in the cookie, and the cookie goes, oh, there's a token. That's not going to work. I need to make sure that it's valid, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. According to all these examples I've seen, it says go to your api.com.validate. Well, my API don't have it. My API doesn't have a validate. I don't know how we do this. So that's probably the next thing. I got to figure out how to add a. Let's see, is there a thing? Oh, did you? Oh no, nope. I'm not going to get off track. Never mind. Ignore me. I was about to jump the rails. I do that. I see something on this page, and then I jump. Okay, so back to it. All right, so we got add validate. Add. Okay. Token validation to my .NET Auth API. Adding authentication and authorization. Authentication made easy with core identity. See, these are all guys doing the same thing. They all added. They all created the app. I mean, I used this guy's. In fact, it was his, Patrick God. I used his to actually create my my authentication. Validating an access token, ASP.NET Web API. Let's go see this one. I have a mobile client. I also create ASP.NET Web API that the mobile app should communicate with. New authentication value, pair. I'm trying to decode the access token on the site to make sure it's all right. The header and the payload is all right, but it seems like it's an invalid signature. Should Use to bear authentication the right thing for me, or am I going to wrong direction? If you're using a JWT token for your a JSON web token, then you will need JSON web token instead of bearer. So I'm using a bearer token. The signature is used. See, nobody shows me how to do validate a bearer token. Validate bearer token. Custom bearer token validation and user role authorization. ASP.NET Web API 2, creating and validating. They all have JSON web token. Do you not have to validate a bearer token? That's where I'm confused. And successfully applied custom attribute to a controller method where my attribute will send HTTP request to the API to validate the token and execute request to database and validate user role. Send it another API for validation. Why not verify it within your own API? If you really need this, you can add custom policy and inject a service into the constructor. No, that depends on how you generate the signature. If you use an asymmetric signing algorithm, your token API keeps the private key and your other API verifies with the public key. Have you checked? So I achieved the result I want with the following changes. Okay. This guy says he did it. He did it. Of course, it says 0 here, so people didn't upvote it. Custom authorization handler. So a lot of them saying, you know, I'm using a public key or whatever like that, and I'm like, okay, where am I getting the public key from? That's the problem. I don't understand the. It's comprehension, right? Understanding the flow of how we get this bearer token. Builder.service add scoped. Builder.services add authentication. Add policy. Because ultimately, I guess I have to rethink how I'm doing this, right? Because you can be on the website. I mean, really theoretically, if I was totally disconnected from the database, you can't get any information, right? So having a token just says, hey, they've validated, they created a token, and I just have this token. But it won't be needed until they actually try to retrieve any data. They try to do something, which means they go to the database. And the database is going to need, or whatever call they make, is going to need this token. No, that's not true, because I could have a separate API for all the database stuff, and which means I need to have that token be valid in order for them to make those calls. So yeah, never mind. That thought process rolls off the tracks. I do have all this stuff. I have my add authentication in my API. But these are all just adding authentication. I guess I do not. Do I not have to validate the token? How do I know that the token is good? That's what I don't understand. I feel like, see, they all have an example of a validation here. authAPI.com.validate. And all of my references always say, you know, do your validation here, do your validation here. And then they say use a public key. It's like, how do I do that? That's what I want to do. ChatGPT, I will tell you this, though, has been very useful. It has answered a lot of questions for me. It's gotten me on the right track on many occasions. So
there are 4 things you need to be doing to attract high-ticket clients online.
I'm going to close all these YouTube pages because they're just distracting me right now. Nope, don't need that. A lot of these I did, and I didn't close the pages, which probably would have saved me some space. Probably kills memory too. Worst comes worst, I end up asking the question again. All right, let's go back here, ChatGPT. We're going to go, again, I'm still looking for the same problem. How do I validate .NET API, Auth API, bearer token in Next.js? I already did that. Got the validation. That's all done. Store the bearer token in Next.js. Yep, doing that. Validate token in Next.js. Server-side validation in Next.js. See, this Dwit secret. They all have this Dwit secret. And Dwit secret. How do I define or get or... Okay. How do I define / get the JWT secret value? Typically define a configuration file. No, that's not what I meant. Key. Your issuer, your audience. Startup. Token validation parameters equals new. Services.add authentication. Druid bearer defaults and authentication schema. Configure services. All right, so we got options.token validate parameters equals new. Token validation parameters, issuer true, audience true, lifetime true, sign in key true. Validate issuer configuration. Define secret in Next.js. In your Next.js application, you also need to define the secret so you can use it for token verification or other cryptographic operations. The most common and secure way to manage secrets in Next.js through environment variables is create inbound local file in the root in Next.js. Okay, I don't mind doing that. I have that ready to go, but I don't know what your super secret keys are. Ensure that the file added to .get ignored to avoid committing secrets to version control. Access the Dwit secret in Next.js. You can access your secret in Next.js code using, okay, well, I don't have any, accessing it is not my problem. Okay, so I'm not worried about that. So, see, this is just like, okay, so I could just put anything I want, any gobbledygook, whatever here. See, your super secret key is not a thing, but I'm just wondering, where are they? Where's that value? Is it just a GUID? Do I just find a GUID of random usage and just plug it in there? Is that... Okay. What format should the Dwit secret key be? How about this? Is the JWT secret a GUID or any value I want? Or GUID is it any value I want? Is it any value? Although it can be. Is a key to sign and verify your tokens, and it can be any sufficiently long and random string. Key should be complex enough to ensure that it cannot easily be guessed by brute force. That's it. So really, it isn't. Okay, see, that's That's what I wanted to know. Huh. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's all I needed to know because I kept thinking that this Druid secret is something I'm supposed to get from somewhere. Apparently, it's just anything I want that, that can randomize. I plug it in, and it uses that. I guess I thought it was like I had to go get it from the API, and I couldn't find it in the API. I couldn't find any solution that actually connected this dang thing to a secret. I'm like, well, where's this secret coming from? And I'm like, oh, I just gotta make it up. Big, long, crazy, ASCII random text line. That's fine. I can do that. Whatever. While GUID is unique, I mean, really, a GUID is pretty long. I'm surprised that they consider that not random enough. The interesting thing is, if I create this cookie and druid.verify the token using my secret, when is it even applying my secret? I mean, right? I gotta apply it. Constant get server-side props token, try constant decoded verify token with my secret. So somewhere that doesn't that mean that the secret has to be encode? Doesn't that mean that the token has to be encoded with the secret? So I create this and constant decoded equals verify token with the secret. Somewhere along the lines I had to create this token, or I mean I have the token, but somewhere, some way, my secret's got to be getting tied into the token, right? Something somewhere says, hey, we're gonna tangle this password into the token so that later on we can decode it and use it and make sure it's the same one. Generate the token. I already got that. Store the token. Doing that in the cookie. And I'm getting that back. Validate the token. Whenever you make an authentication request to the .NET API, you need to attach the token in the authorization header. Here's how you might do it. Constant token sys. I'm not using local storage. I was using local storage, but I was kind of reading around and I switched direction, decided to use cookies. I didn't want to use cookies because I feel like cookies are intrusive. I hate cookies. But I know websites use them. That's just life, you know, but I try to make sites get confirmation and they have to get cookies And yeah, if you're logging into something and you want to be stayed logged in, you got to allow the site. But it's more work for the user to have to handle the cookies. I wish the site would just say, hey, we don't use cookies. we got another way to do this. And I was trying to do that by using local storage. Now, I don't know that local storage in some way doesn't do something similar. But, well, what can I do, man? I got the feeling that cookies are more robust, you know, for what you can do with them. So, and if somebody sees this and goes, no, local storage is better, let me know. There's actually, 3 ways to do it? I forgot what the other one was, though. I'm going to show me either local storage or this or cookies or something. I forgot the other one was because it seemed like, yeah, I'm not doing that. It's like, I think it was just a no-go. Decode the token using a library like JSON Web Token. Verify the token uses the public key or secret in the .NET API. C, verify that the token using the public key or secret used in the .NET API. All right, ChatGPT, got another question for you. It's like they're trying to ask you how you want. Hey, do you want to know how to delete your X account? Please do. You know, everybody's, whatever. I have an X account. I just don't use it very often. I've got a couple of them actually, but I just use them once in a blue moon to help advertise my cases and stuff when those times come up. Anyway, I don't know what secret my .NET API uses to create the token. Is there a way to know that? So here's my .NET API. Authorize. I don't have a secret in here. I mean, the only secret in here is the connection to the database. There's not like a secret. How to set the secret. Let's see here. Let's go. No, I'm going to go to ChatGPT again because sometimes I'm finding that ChatGPT's almost, gosh, I hate to say it because I really, up until recently, I got to be honest, I did not like ChatGPT. I thought it was lame. I really did. I thought it was just not working. I'd ask it questions and it just give you stupid answers. But lately, it seems to be working. Somebody's out there making it smarter. It's giving me better and better answers every time I ask. So I don't know. How to set the secret used in .NET Auth bearer token generation. So using generating bearer tokens for authentication in .NET application, you'll typically configure it in the app.json file or directly in the code. This secret is essential for signing the tokens and ensuring their integrity. Here's how you do it. So, all right, so when I go in, I don't know, maybe I didn't do this. Maybe I didn't tie one in, and that's the whole thing. So I'm trying, this is probably why it's causing me so much confusion, is because I may not have defined this. It may have just said, hey, this is how you set up a token. You pass the token, you use the token. You don't verify the token, you just do it. It's quite possible that it's just like an extra layer, you know, the validation and the verification of the token. And by having this secret, I create the secret here, then I put the secret in my apps, Blazor and React, they hold the secret. They all have the same secret, and then they that makes sense, right? So I put them all into their secrets, and it validates by pulling it out of decoding the token, and it goes, oh yeah, this is the correct, this is a valid token because it comes out the way it should. Anyway, so let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and go to my apps. I probably won't put it in my app settings. I don't like putting stuff in my app settings. So my app settings doesn't have anything in it. I mean, it does, but I don't even know what these are. Allowed hosts, Microsoft ASP.NET warning, log level. I don't know what that is. I'm not using it. I actually use the secrets. Manage secrets. Now, the only thing in my managed secrets right now is my connection string. So I got to go create a secret. And I guess I could just be, I want to put program.cs. Six or later. In your program, start to configure the authentication middleware using the secret key. Token validation parameters. See, this is where I need to have that. And yeah, validate issuer. Let's go to my program.cs here. And I didn't even set token. See, there's no token validation parameters on here at all. It's like, yeah, that doesn't even exist. Interestingly enough, as you can see, I'm not using add with bearer options because mine is actually set up as, where's it at? Mine is set up as options, add policy, add authentication, authorization. Okay, where'd it go? Security definition, operation, add context, data, SQL, get connection string. Authorization, add cores, and build. All right, I feel like I'm missing something here. Where is it defined as? I swore I had it defined here as a bearer token. API Explorer. Huh. Let's see. How about in .NET 8? Huh. Builder.services add authentication. I still feel like I have an add. Where is? How do I not have add authentication? I could have swore I had that in here. I have authorization, but I don't have authentication. Well, I'll be dang. Okay, well, then I guess I'm just going to add authentication. I still feel like that's weird. I feel like I'm jumping web application.create builder. All right, well, we'll just go down here and add it right here, I guess. Builder dot services dot add authentication, and well, let's just see, this is right above builder authorization. So let's go put it above authorization. See, it doesn't like bearer defaults. I still think that's wrong. I feel like this is wrong for what my code is doing. I mean, I could implement this. Yes, I could probably go call in or import or whatever I need to, or using whatever. This doesn't feel right. Something's off. There's so many. See, here's the thing. There's so many ways to implement this. I mean, there's the JSON, there's JSON web tokens, and there's bearer tokens. And see how this is all JSON web token, but it's not. It says this is for a bearer token, right? I mean, secret for JSON web token bearer token generation remains similar to previous versions, but with some enhancements in the framework that make it easier to configure authentication. Do I use the same format if using the secrets.json? I use the secrets.json file, typically managed through the secret manager. Set up secrets using the secret manager tool. So they're doing the same thing. I mean, you can do it in Bash. This is like, they're saying, you can actually just use a terminal window in your app, I guess. I've never actually used the terminal window in here to do this. I am curious of the format that it uses, though. I mean, like, will it format it and put it in there all nice and pretty for you if you do that? Let's go see it. How do I get the terminal window to show up here? Immediate? No, it's not the immediate one. Let's see, view. Oh, I guess this is it. No, never mind, that is it. Okay, so, all right, let's see, .NET secret. Let's see what happens if I... Now this is using Bash. Do I need to use Bash? Can I change this? Can I even open a Bash window? How do I open a Bash window? You know, it's funny because I use Visual Studio a lot, but I've never actually used a Bash window in Visual Studio. Developer command prompt? What is that? Is that Bash? All right. This has got to be a pretty simple one for even Google to handle. What was I going to say? What was I going to ask? I get distracted by reading headlines. Oh, headlines slapped me in the face and then threw me off the track. Okay, so yeah, how to open bash window in Visual Studio 22. Can I force Visual Studio get open? While not integrated to the menu, I was able to add Git Bash to the terminal window by choosing View, Terminal, and then selecting the settings cog and settings the following. Oh, really? So I go here and then I gotta go to settings, terminal, add, no, remove. How do I add bash? If I go here and go git bash, we're gonna say program. That's hopefully it's there because I'm just gambling the same place, right? Program files git in and then they didn't put anything in here. Is that a thing? No, I didn't want to change it. God. Just wanted to add one. Okay, there we go. Let's call this PowerShell. And it doesn't need to be called one. Okay, let's see what that does. Does that do anything, or does it just blow up? Something happened. Hey, it worked. What do you know? All right. Cool. Learn something there. How to add Git Bash to your Visual Studio environment. So there you go. Magic tip. Tip of the day. Okay, so back to task. Let's see here. All right, how am I going to do this? Hey, would it be cool if I you know how everybody does YouTube videos? What's better? If I do YouTube videos, what if I did if I found how to do some of these things and I compressed them down into single 1 to 10 minute video and put it in TikTok and did a bunch of TikTok how-tos. You know, things as I'm learning them, I would cut all the crap, you know, this jabbering and all the extra stuff and just say, doing this, and it just have like little short 1 to 10 minute videos that show you how to do individual tasks, doing it in TikTok. I'm sure somebody's doing that already, right? But would that be useful? Would that be cool? I don't know. Let me know. Okay, so let's go back to my thing here. All right, so we are now here. We are going to go ahead and I want to see what this command does. I'm going to put this lame secret here just because I want to see what it does. I'm going to go here. Right. .NET user secrets set twit key. All right. Wait, what do you mean you couldn't find it? Isn't that where it is? Get repos AMG authorized? Isn't that what it's called? Could not find MS build project. It's got to be there. Wait a minute. Where's my thing at if it's not there? Could have swore it's where it was. What is it? Where does it think I am? Git repos, AMG authorize. Oh, there's AMG authorize with an AMG authorize. Good, Mowgli. Did I run? Did I do that? I hate when it does that. When you create a folder for it to put something, and then it puts the name of the app inside the folder. It's dumb. That's dumb, I tell you. Right, so if I go to Git repos, I'm going to have an AMG authorize with an AMG authorize. That is so bad. I hate that. All right, I'm closing this. Do you want to stop debugging? Yes. Save it though. Yes, please do. I want to fix it because I don't like this. I don't like redundant folders. I hate digging through folders and finding the folder within the folder. It just drives me crazy. Now, I know everything's going to be broken now, right? everything's going to be all out of wonk. It's going to go, what did you just do? Because I don't want this folder. This is just dumb. Is there an easier way to do that? That doesn't break everything? I'm going to do this. Open with I don't know. How about Notepad? Edit with Notepad, Note++. Yeah, I don't need to do that. No, I don't need it. It's not a big enough deal. All right. Wait, that's my project folder? My solution folder? Oh. Oh, this will be fine. It's a solution folder. What am I thinking? I'm thinking it was app folder. It's not going to care. Okay. This is going to broken, and then I just close it and reopen it from the local location. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just go here, and then I get rid of this. Remove. I'm gonna go here, and we're gonna add existing project, and then we're gonna go repos. Don't want open. Wait, how come it's not there? Okay. Add. Wait a minute. Isn't the project right there? CS project right there. Weird. Okay, let's try it again. Add existing project. Oh, that's because it's stupid. It's way over there. That's what I want. There we go. Ugh. Why did it take me that other location? Oh, because by default, it always wants to take me to that Kenneth folder. What's my name? Kenneth, blah, but it's like, it's not even my whole name. It's just I hate that folder. I can't get rid of it though. It's like somehow became a system forced folder. You have to use it. It's like, I don't know if I'll rename it. Nothing. It's just stupid. I've tried to rename it. I've tried to change it. It just says, no, you can't do that. I don't know why. Look, if I go here, go to users, and there's Kenneth. And I can't, every time I've tried to do anything with this folder, it just like won't let me. I can't rename it. It's read-only. Read-only only applies to files and folders. Apply changes to full subfolders. You have chosen to make the following attribute changes. Apply changes to this folder. Oh, that's going to take forever. See, it won't let me change it. I want to change. That's just a cancel. I don't want to do that. I want to rename this, but it won't let me. Open, start quick. There's like nothing I can do with it. It's just dumb. It's like, no, you can't change the name. I don't like it though. All right, I think we're okay. I can probably just open this up now. Back to where I was, programs.cs. All right, so now we're gonna go back to my bash folder, theoretically. In theory, I'm gonna get back to my bash folder. Developer PowerShell, command prompt. I actually don't need this one. Can I close that? And I don't actually need any of these, to be honest. They're just taking up space. There we go, get bash. And then we're gonna go like that. Or we're not. Nope, not gonna do that either. Apparently it's no longer in my okay, yeah. The format is easy enough. I thought it was going to do something like a different layout. It didn't. It's, so these things, I didn't realize these things were just like made up. That I made them up. I mean, I thought these things were like in the code somehow, or they're generated by the code. You know, this would be AMG authorized underscore blah 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 blah. You know, they're not. They are just, you make them up. You put them in as you want. Call a key. Call a key's a key. Call an audience an audience. And yeah, that's not what I thought at all. I'm not showing this, sorry. It doesn't matter, I gotta change these keys anyway. I don't have them applied yet. But, so, you know, here it is. And it goes into the secrets.json. Secret key, issuer, and audience. I'm gonna set these to something useful, you know. I don't know what. I'm trying to be creative. So it's taking me a sec. My brain is like, what's it a sufficiently long key? I'm just typing in words, but it's kind of sort of usable to me. Not just words, but, you know, symbols, words, letters, things that all go together. I mean, how many bits and pieces can you put in there too? I mean, are some values not allowed? I don't even know if that's a thing. Can you have some values? Um, all right, I've got me a secret key now. I think it's a good secret key, maybe. So now I'm going to take this secret key and I'm going to take it and put it inside of my M folder. And this one should be, can you set the secret key? That didn't work. Can you put like squiggly braces? I mean, what kind of symbols can you put in your secret key? Is anything allowed? Any alphanumeric symbol thing? See, it could be crying right now because I put some stuff in there that it's probably like, that's not legal. It's like, I guess we'll find out because I use squiggly braces in there, and it's probably going to go, yeah, you can't do that. Guess we'll see. Well, it exists. Okay, so we did that. We're done with that. We can bring my code back over here. Close my secrets up. I gotta be semi-secure, right? Because if this is actually going to be, I think I may have to change the key, but at least now I can say, okay, now my secret is now set. I now have a secret to actually do this stuff with. And in theory, this should be producing it. So we're going to have a Twitch issuer, audience, and key. So yeah, symmetric security key. Yeah, I don't know. Could I do that? I don't know how you would do it. How would you pass this to test it? How would I test this here? Any ideas? Oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't like the JWT bearer defaults. Does not exist in the current control. See, that's what I don't like. It seems like there's something wrong with this. There's something wrong with this. why do I need to use this? And how do I implement it? All right, I'm gonna does not exist in current context. I want it to tell me what the using is I'm supposed to use, or the app I need. Install the required package. Okay, what's the package? All right, let's go here. So I can do this right here, huh? All right. I still feel like that's the wrong approach. I do it in my head, in my mind. Something feels wrong about that. Just saying. I don't know. Like it doesn't conform to the route I took, and that's why it's throwing me off. Cause the identity. No, it's authentication. All right, okay. Microsoft authentication. Right, Microsoft. Oh, ASP.record authentication. All right, so it's probably going to allow that now. All right, why doesn't it like that one? Unwrap all elements, convert to program.main style program. Builder.configuration. Isn't it called my Drutkey? Thought I called it Drutkey. It is called Drutkey. Collection compose this used for adding new configuration sources and providers. Configuration is not null here. Possible reference argument. Possible null reference. Oh. Can I tell it it's okay? It's not really a bug. It's just telling me it's a possible null reference. It's not. I mean, it shouldn't be null. I wish there was a way to tell it, hey, don't worry about it, man. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. We'll get through it. If it's a failure, it's because my token ain't set correctly. So we're really not broken there. It's just, I don't know how to. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this again. And with that, I should have my authorize working. Oh, it's 5 o'clock already. Holy McFrench fries, man. The day is just cruising right through me. Cruising right through? Is that a thing? Probably not. I should probably just keep going. My wife's got an eye thing in, so she's kind of out of it for the day. So there won't be a whole lot of a distraction there. Yeah, so I have a fantasy football league that people are asking about that have been and they're like, hey, what's the deal with our league? The league, we've had this league for 24 years? 20. It's actually more like 20, 30 years, almost 30 years. Holy cow, wow. That's a long freaking league. And we've done it 30 years. 30 years it's been going. ESPN League. And this was back, the first version of the fantasy league that we were on. It was ESPN. It was literally not much more than text. They did their website. This was back when it was just very basic stuff. It had very little formatting, wasn't all that pretty. But it was, yeah, they had it organized and set up. And then eventually they slowly started getting more and more going. And then they had it set up where you could do drafts. And you'd add each year. You were always, basically the way we did it is we had to go back in each year. And then we would just rejoin. All the guys, we'd email each other and then we'd rejoin the league. But now they started keeping them. They started keeping the league, and then you just reactivate it each year, reactivate it, and they started having keepers. And so there's like, of the 10 people in the league, well, 10 to 12 to 14, depending. The league kind of fluctuates on times, but generally it's at least 10. I think we have 5 people that have been in it for over 20 years. Crazy, huh? And a couple of us, only two of us have been in since the very, very, very beginning. 3 within a couple of years, and most have either dropped off or whatever. But a lot of people have been around for most of the time, or for a good chunk of that time. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, I got to keep that league running. I have to get that activated. We've had variation attempts to have paid ones, but paid leagues are a pain in the butt because you got to collect money, and that's no fun. Because people don't always pay, and they pay on the wrong times, and they only pay when they're winning. And it's like, no, we're not doing that. Okay, so back to it. So I wait for the draft and go, oh yeah, my draft sucked, I'm not paying. It's like, wait a minute. That's not how that works. So we've got it fully connected. I've got it fully running. Let's go see. Did this actually add anything? No, it didn't actually add anything. I didn't think it would because I don't have any bits or pieces in here to prove to add to do what this authentication is. I don't know what that would look like, so I'm not going to worry about it. I could probably create something if I really wanted to. It's interesting though, they have, because you add Swagger Gen options, parameter location, authorization, security schema type. Swagger is interesting. It's like it's like a little testing interface. I think in theory you don't need to have this. I mean, Swagger is not a requirement, but it does allow you to kind of have a little UI to test it. I don't know how it does it though, because it obviously doesn't do anything for this authentication, and there's nothing here that says build it a certain way, so it must just be pulling what it can. I don't know how it says is development, use Swagger, app, use Swagger UI. See, I don't know what Swagger is doing. It's some built-in thing, I'd imagine, or what do you call it? Some dynamic builder thing. But it did manage to do something with the weather thing, so I don't know. There's some bit where it's looking at the code and determining what stuff is, but yeah, see, there's no. It's a weather forecast controller, but it's all weather. I mean, everything on here is just, you know, the weather or nothing. There is no other UI element to this application. So Swagger must be just pulling either default stuff out of here or something. There must be some endpoints or something it's defining. Yeah, don't know. Swagger API, API core, swashbuckle. I just got a notice that says OBS Studio disconnected. It's reconnecting. So something blew up, right? What is it? Okay, so I must have lost connection. Don't know why, don't know how, don't know what. I assume nobody's watching anymore. Let's go see what my let's go see what my, oh, okay, it reconnected. I don't know if it reconnected to my stream or if it started a new one or what it did. I'm back, I think. If I left, I'm back. It said I lost connection, so I don't know what that meant. So whether or not I've got 2 streams going now, but let's see. Back to my task at hand. So we got that. Install a new. So that was my problem with that, and we got it fixed. I will say this, ChatGPT has helped a lot in solving problems, but ChatGPT is not going to write the code for you. Could he write a code for you? I don't know. Should I tell it to write a code for me? How many parts would it write? I'm gonna do it. I don't think this is a ChatGPT. This is not a ChatGPT thing. I can't imagine it's capable. Something's failing on my. That would be a real test on ChatGPT's capabilities. Let's save that for later. I like Andre Agassi. I don't know. I mean, I liked him as a tennis player. Okay, so I'm seriously having a. I gotta go look. I'm having OBS is disconnecting consistently, so I may have a broken stream. So I'm gonna check and see what the problem is. I don't know. It says I'm live right now, so hopefully things are working. I don't know. Maybe. I gotta mute this though before it becomes a thing. How long does this say I've been running? Does it even say? Well, I don't know. See, it is showing like my connection keeps dropping. I apologize for that. I don't know why it's acting. I don't know what's going on. It still says I have full frames per second or 60. It's not. I mean, I have it maxing out. I mean, I set it to max 60, but we are having some serious OBS crapping out situations going. So I don't know. Maybe a lot. I'm gonna stop and restart the stream because it's driving me bonkers.